what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm talking about Transformers The Last Night, the movie. Yes, I finally saw it. And this is a review, because people are curious to see exactly what I think about Transformers The Last Night. Now, before I talk about Transformers The Last Night, I want to say about the previous movies. I know they got a lot of problems, but most of the issues that I have with the Transformers movies, I kind of just don't care about, because I'm after one thing, and that's really the action and the robots and seeing them fight and do whatever. And that's generally what I get for each movie. At least each movie has a few scenes with the Transformers that I really enjoy. And I'm not saying that the entirety of the rest of the movie franchise I don't care about. It's just that I mainly like seeing the robots and the action and whatnot. Everything else is either I'm fine with it or I just don't care about it. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into Transformers The Last Night. What do I think? Is it any different than the previous movies? No, not really. It is generally the same thing. So, if you do not like the Transformers movie franchise, you are not going to like this movie, let me tell you. It has all the same Michael Bay-isms as the previous movies. It continues the trend, and that's starting to really piss me off because I am so tired of Michael Bay directing these Transformers movies. Please, by now, give it to someone else, please. You know, it does have the awkward jokes, and a lot of them don't stick. To me personally, there were some jokes that I did like in the movie, but yeah, there were a lot of jokes that were just awkward and poor, and I really didn't enjoy. Speaking of things that I didn't enjoy, there's a plot twist in the movie, and I'm going to call this character Plot Device, but I hate the fact that they decided to do this. I'm not going to say who it is, but I despise the fact that they decided to do this because whatever character I'm talking about, we don't really get to see later on, I imagine. So, it really bothers me, but whatever, that's fine. I guess that's what they want to do. So with that out of the way, I did enjoy the movie still. Oh, and another issue that I have is the Decepticons don't get enough screen time. There is a scene where they go through all the Decepticons, and yet they don't really have enough screen time. So I'm not sure if it was really worth doing that little scene. But whatever. Anyways, I did enjoy this movie. But the movie kind of went from meh to, okay, I'm enjoying this. I enjoyed Cogman. Hot Rod actually was enjoyable. I thought he would be terrible with the French accent. No, I enjoyed him somewhat. Bumblebee was actually more enjoyable this time around compared to previous movies, which is pretty good. There is one thing about Bumblebee that I didn't like, but it comes later in the movie. In fact, it comes in the last 5 minutes of the movie, and that's just like a nitpick thing, but other than that, I thought Bumblebee was, for the most part, fine. Izzy, or Isabelle Moner, whoever she is, I gotta admit, she's not that bad of an actress. Usually kid actors or actresses aren't really that good, and she honestly wasn't that bad in the movie, which was surprising to me. Mark Wahlberg is Mark Wahlberg, you know. It's pretty much the same. Whatever you got for Age of Extinction, you're getting for The Last Night, so there you go. Vivian wasn't too bad. I know people are complaining because, well, she's just the ass and tits of the movie, pretty much. But at least she was very smart, you know, which is something good. And I see people complain that the only reason why she's smart is so that people would stop complaining to Michael Bay about these dumb chicks or whatever. Even though Michaela was actually pretty smart. I mean, she knew cars, I guess. And then Rosie's character, whoever she was, you know, she managed stuff, I guess. This is definitely the smartest one of the bunch. But Yeah, at least I take that as a victory, that she wasn't just mostly the ass and tits of the movie. No, she had some development going for her. She had some character going for her, so that's fine. Optimus Prime, pretty cool to watch, as always. I enjoyed him, especially in this movie. A lot of the Autobots I enjoy. I like seeing Crosshairs, Drift, and Hound, and whatnot. You get more Autobots this time. A lot of them you don't really get to see that much of, but I don't really think that's too big of a problem because of how the movie takes it, so that's fine. One of the complaints that I do have about the movie, and it's funny because in Age of Extinction, it's kind of the opposite. Now, in Age of Extinction with the Dinobots, they didn't get a lot of screen time. And I was fine with that because I kind of expected that for the Dinobots. I didn't really expect them to show up that much until the later part of the movie. So, yeah, I honestly, that doesn't really bother me too much. But in this movie, you barely get to see them at all. Like, at all. In fact, I didn't even notice that Strafe was in there. And, I couldn't even find Scorn throughout the movie. You do have Slug for like one scene, and then you have Grimlock. You don't get to see them in robot mode, which really pissed me off. You have the Dinobots. They're established in the movie. They're established within the first 20 minutes of the movie. And you don't use them. It bothers me. So, yeah, this movie is a bunch of up and down moments and whatnot. But I did enjoy it for the most part. I could go more in depth with the movie. But I did enjoy it for what it was. And then the last 10 to 5 minutes happened to where, okay, let me say this. If a critic was poking me in the back saying, you should hate this movie, you should hate this movie, you should hate this movie, and then the last 5 to 10 minutes happen, and I'm just like, you know what, buddy? Screw you. I'm enjoying this. Because the last 5 to 10 minutes is so screwed up, so messy, so destructive, so crazy, that I absolutely love the crap out of it. It is amazing. I loved it. I loved every moment. It was so cheesy. But my God, I turned off my brain and I was like, I'm enjoying that. And I think the major thing is, usually in the last fight scenes, there's usually like 2 characters going against one character, or one character going against one character. Like, let's say, for example, in Transformers 4, it was Lockdown going against Optimus Prime, as well as Bumblebee and the human characters, but it was mostly Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, and I guess Cade too. So, what's cool about this movie is you get more Autobots and Decepticons fighting at the last battle, which I love. And, not only that, it doesn't take place in a city. I'm getting so tired of, oh, it's in Shanghai, oh, it's in Chicago, or something like that. Hell, even the Egypt thing didn't work, and that's not even city, but they still managed to not work it. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But anyways, basically what I'm saying is the final battles and the locations, yeah, cool locations, but it kind of drags out after a while, especially after Age of Extinction. In this movie, it's not in a city, and my God, I loved it because they have more, they could do more in the location that they decide to put the final battle. They can do a lot more, and you know what? They decided to go with it. They decided to do whatever the hell they want. And I'm sorry, but the last 5 to 10 minutes is, my God, I loved it. There is a scene where they're at a battlefield and they're just shooting around. I was thinking, oh God, please don't be Revenge of the Fallen. Like with the desert battle where most of it is just, oh, we're shooting around, and it's kind of boring and bland. But it doesn't stretch out as long as Revenge of the Fallen. In fact, it doesn't really stretch out that long at all. It's like probably 5 minutes. Not that bad. And then right after that is the final battle, and that's when I started really loving this movie. So, for the most part, I either enjoyed it or it was okay. Just like the other Transformers movies, so it's not that different. But the last 5 to 10 minutes I absolutely loved. I really did. So, do I recommend this movie? I don't know, because there is going to be people that hate it, and I totally understand that. That is fine. You know, I'm not saying anything against that. There are going to be people that love it, and to be honest, after watching the movie, I could totally see why. I totally understand why people would enjoy this movie. It's not a great movie. It's not a spectacular movie. It's not necessarily a good movie, I guess. It's just a movie that I enjoyed, you know? I don't really know how to explain that. It's just a movie that I enjoyed. And to be honest, if I enjoyed it, that's fine for me, you know? It doesn't have to be the best movie out there. If I enjoyed it, I'm fine with that. So, again, if you don't like if you don't like the previous Transformers movies, that's fine. You're not gonna like this. If you loved the previous Transformers movies, especially Age of Extinction, then I think you're gonna like this. It's funny because I've been seeing people hate it or love it, or just find it meh, and then I've also seen people who rate it as the best Transformers movie, as well as the worst Transformers movie. Not the same people, of course, but I've seen people rate it as the worst as well, and then somewhere in the middle. So, it really depends on you. It really depends on what you're looking for. If you have found something that you enjoy in the Transformers movies and you keep coming for that, you know what? You're going to get the same thing for Transformers The Last Night. I still enjoyed it. I love the Easter eggs too. I mean, they're just small little things, but there is Easter eggs, so that's good. But with that out of the way, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. And just make a note, I am a person that said this movie is probably going to be meh, so maybe it's just better for me because I didn't really expect much to come out of it, but honestly, I really didn't mind the movie. Again, if you hate it, you hate it. If you like it, you like it. That's fine. I'm not saying anything against it. All I'm saying is the last 5 to 10 minutes, my god, it was so cheesy, so everything that I just loved it. So anyways, with that said, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.